Tokyo Ghoul Re Chapter 2. Now, if Chapter 1 wasn't enough to convince people to hop on this theory that, Sasaki is Kaneki, with Chapter 2 and the beginning opening pages with him reading, you see his bookshelf, and you see that chapter cover page with just this dude that looks kind of like Sasaki, but clearly looks like Kaneki with the white hair, black fingernails, got the little bandage across his eye. Clearly Kaneki, like, hospitalized or something, or just recuperating in some regard, and it's like the one with the knowledge of the books that lies in some shit. I forgot exactly what it said, but clearly hinting that Sasaki is Kaneki. ISHIDA just dropping straight blatant hints right now, and it will be revealed in due time, but for now it's safe to assume and just go along with this theory that Kaneki is Sasaki. I am going to stand by this 100% because it just seems so apparent, especially with this chapter when we see, you're finding out the RC cells of the entire team of the quincke squad, and the highest level I believe was either Shirazu or Urie in the 900s, and you see at the end when the doctor's just kind of looking at, you see he's looking at Sasaki's, and that shit's over 2,000, clearly real, and he was explaining how high the RC cell rate has to be, the red child cells, in order for somebody to be full-on ghoul and not be able to eat human food and things of that nature. And Sasaki's clearly in that range. He's clearly high enough for that. Clearly not partaking in human food, as you see when he returns home and he cooks food for Mitsuki. Mitsuki's a dude, by the way. I'm sorry I thought Mitsuki was a girl last chapter, but got that straightened out. I would prefer if Mitsuki was a girl, honestly, because the quincke squad needs at least... Actually, I believe they do have a girl, but Mitsuki just looks like a girl. I prefer if she was a girl. If he was a girl, sorry. But, Sasaki cooks the food for Mitsuki, and he doesn't partake the whole time he's doing it. He just kind of reminds me of Kaneki, especially when they're in the meeting also with the Hirako squad, and he's just telling his reasoning for not killing that ghoul that they thought was Torso. Just the way that Akira punches him and everything, it just really, the Sasaki vibes equaling Kaneki just are super strong right now, and those are some of my reasons for thinking that. It was good to see fucking Hirako back looking dope with the fucking haircut and shit. I'm liking the fact that we see Hirako after hearing about Hirako's squad all of last chapter, and see them going in, see the different assignments they have now that Akira and Sasaki have taken over the Torso case. Hopefully we'll get a conclusion as to who Torso is, what's going on soon. I've seen a lot of theories online that Torso, people are thinking that Tsukiyama is Torso. Torso is an A rank ghoul, okay? I mean, I guess there's room for it to grow, and nobody really knows who Torso is, so it could very well be that much stronger. But Tsukiyama was known as the Gourmet 3 years ago. The Gourmet was a S+ rank ghoul, which everybody fucking knew about and feared. I seriously doubt that Tsukiyama is so depraved now that he's been weakened and is going after random people's torsos to eat just because he's all crazed out and shit. Nah, I seriously doubt Tsukiyama would go down that path to be as petty as to be Torso. He could be involved with the Torso thing. He could, in fact, potentially be Torso. I'm not completely discounting that because it does make some sort of sense, but I personally do not think Tsukiyama is Torso. Now, Serpent, but I'm curious to see who Torso is. I don't really have a finger on it, so for now, I would say that that's a good theory to rest on with Tsukiyama. But Serpent, I have a couple theories as to who Serpent is, and one of them has to be fucking right. Okay, you see that flash of the lower half of Serpent's face when he's confronting that dude, asking him for information about Torso, and this is a ghoul that's S-ranked, hunting down other ghouls, and I can only S-rank with room for growth. They give him that little thing that says that it could be much higher than this, and from just that shot, the fact that he's hunting down ghouls, looking for Torso and everything, I think it's either Yomo or Touka that have returned and are going on this little quest to get more information / go after these more dangerous individuals in Kaneki's stead, or it's fucking Amon on the Algiri ghoul tip, just going in, still, trying to hunt down ghouls in terms of his dove nature, but is a ghoul now. So those are my theories as to that, and any one of them could be true. I think that the facial feature really resembles a man more than a woman, so that's why I would say it's not Touka, but it could very well be Touka, Yomo, or Amon. Those are what I'm thinking for Serpent right now. And the girl, Hori Chie, the camera girl that comes up to Urie and the other dude, I forget his name, Shirazu or something like that, at the end, you see that she was part of, in the color pages in chapter 1, taking pictures of Kanye and whatnot, so I'm interested to see how deeply involved she is with, you know, Hinami, Kanye, Aogiri, and, you know, everything like that, Ayato and everything, and what her goal is and how Urie and do they know her. It doesn't seem like they know her, but at the same time they speak kind of friendly with her, what information she has to offer. And Urie seems to be on a quest right now. He's like, I'm the squad leader, fuck all these motherfuckers, I can't stand Sasaki, I'm going to join this squad. I forget what it was called. And, you know, Shirazo asks him what that squad is, and he's just like, yeah, you don't need to know, fuck that. So I'm liking Urie and Ishinis. You see them confronting each other kind of at the end and before Chie shows up, and it was really fucking dope. Like the chapter overall, especially the comedy that we got with Akira punching Sasaki. And I just like how fucking confident Akira is now. She seems to have really powered up over the years that we haven't seen her, and I'm hyped as fuck to see what she can do. Let me know your